Hello and welcome to the Ross Cloud Podcast. I'm Carl Ross Sr. And this platform was created to motivate and to inspire in hopes that you will become a better you. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody that's listening all over the world. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Ross Cloud Podcast. Listen, we have a very, very special guest with us on today. He is no stranger to the Ross Cloud Podcast. We have the one and only Mr. DeAngelo Millner.
Oh, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, everything is wonderful, man.
That's good to hear.
All good, man. Listen, we really do appreciate you for coming back on again. Like I said before, you're no stranger. This family right here, y'all, and we're so glad to have him on. And for those that may not be familiar with DeAngelo, he's an entertainer, entrepreneur. Listen, this guy can do it all. He makes some great candles, and we're going to get into all of that.
All of it. All of it.
So how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man.
That's
I'm feeling
good.
amazing.
That's
I ain't even
good.
going to hold you.
Yeah, that's good, man. We could tell. You look happy, man. You look complete.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I love it. So where you from, DeAngelo?
Originally, I'm from Eden, North Carolina.
Right.
So, same hometown of Miss Tabitha Brown.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir. It's amazing. That means greatness come out of there.
Yes, sir. And it does.
Oh, yes,
it does.
Sir. Yes.
It does. Small town.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I thank you, man. This is great. I'm excited because you're now in our new space, in our new home, where we are now, and you get a chance to be here with us in the new home.
Upgraded, okay? This on some Beyonce and Jay-Z. Let me upgrade you type stuff. You know,
I will take that.
I'm proud of you.
Man,
this is
you,
amazing.
Man.
I'm proud of to see the growth.
Yeah,
Appreciate and to know where it's going.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you so much, DeAngelo. So listen, can you tell us about your journey on becoming an entertainer, entrepreneur? And, you know, I didn't want to use this, but I'm going to use it in the LGBTQ community. All right.
Honestly, it hasn't been easy.
Really?
And I'll tell that to anybody. You know, you see Instagram and you see social media and you see people flossing. And I know a lot of times on my page, I'm flossing. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a good time. I'm living my life.
Sure.
But honestly, having the life comes with its feats. Mm-hmm. It comes with its different level of difficulties that you have to go through. So it's not always peaches and cream, but I'm grateful for the journey. So I'm just pushing, man, trying to work harder each and every day to do the things that I know I can do. Absolutely,
man. And then on top of it, you're African American too.
Yes, sir.
So you have all of that playing a huge factor in how those resources come to you.
It's a fact.
And then there's still a lot of discrimination within our own community still.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
So I'm sure it's difficult to fight through all of that. And but look at you though. You still are fighting through it. You're still holding your own.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing to see you keep going no matter what.
Yeah, because you got to.
You got to.
I've learned that, you know, life is truly what we make it.
Yeah.
You know, and you can take the things that don't happen for you and turn them into a negative, or you could turn them into a positive. It's all about how you change the perspective.
Sure.
And the outcome will become completely different. Because, like, say, for instance, somebody closed the door in your face at an opportunity and you said, oh, man, well, I just wasn't good enough. It didn't mean that you weren't good enough. Maybe it just wasn't your time.
Right.
Maybe that wasn't the opportunity to get you to the next level. So sometimes it's all a waiting game, too, and just waiting for the opportunities and the things that are organically meant for you and not trying to force an agenda on yourself or anybody else.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful, man. And listen, do you think being a part of the LGBT community, do you think it has influenced your work or your career in any kind of way? Or, and I'm just kind of piggybacking off of what we said before, because I know it's tough. I'm sure it's tough for you to, whenever you decide to say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm going to do. But on the flip side of that, has it been beneficial in a sense? Or is that fair to say?
I don't want to say that the community has made it more beneficial for me.
Okay, gotcha.
I will say being myself has made it more beneficial for me.
I love it. I love it.
Because, you know, I feel like I'm a late bloomer coming into the community because I I didn't live my life, you know, how I wanted to live my life. And that's not to say, you know, I didn't want to be with a woman or wanted to be with a man. It's just I didn't live my life organically to me. And there was so many things that I wanted to do in my 20s and I wanted to explore on. But I kind of fought it because I felt like if I did these things, then I would be, you know, tossed out by my family or people would love me differently, which even when I came out, I'm not going to lie, it changes relationships. It changes dynamics. And it's weird to me that, you know, once you put a label on something, people take that label into consideration, but they don't take the label off and consider the person. Because regardless of a label, that's still a being. That's still an entity. They breathe. They have the same blood that you do. I'm the same person that I was in 1988 when I came out of my mother's womb to now. But when I say that I'm a gay black man, that changes a lot in the perspective of some of your families, you know, how they look at you, how they talk to you. It's a lot of people that I don't even talk to now that I used to talk to frequently. But it's like, oh, now that you know that I'm gay or that I've said that I'm gay, I've made it clear. Now it's like, oh, well, we can't have conversations like we used to. You know, I got to tiptoe. Don't tiptoe around me. I'm still the same person. Still talk to me the same way. So it's different.
And I thank you for approaching that, because when I ask questions, you know what I'm saying, it's coming from a place of really just asking a question because you don't know. It's ignorance on my part to ask. And I didn't want it to be so like it was a vague, like it's so vague. Oh my God, why did he ask me that? But I thank you for taking a mature stance and giving us your perspective on it, because everything is about perspective.
It is.
And if we don't know, then why not ask a question? No matter how crazy, you know, you may feel like
it'll make you feel.
It'll make you feel.
But I think that's the thing that we're missing in our community. That's the thing that we're missing. People don't want to have those conversations because it's, oh, I feel weird. We grew up in church and we're not supposed to talk about this. We're not supposed to know about this. Okay, you're not supposed to know about gambling. You're not supposed to be knowing about sex outside of your marriage. You're not supposed to be knowing about children out of wedlock. But you know about those things. And you have those conversations about those things. You still go to the club and you do all the things that our pastors and the churches tell us not to do. So why, when you have someone who says, okay, I belong in this community, you no longer want to have the conversation. And then you wonder why those people fall out of the family. You find high suicide rates. You have depression within the LGBTQ community. It's because that community has felt so alone for so long because nobody wants to have a conversation with us as if we're just something that you can throw away because of a label.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that. You know, we was having a discussion with a client last night, and that was one of the things that she said to us. She was like, you know, I don't want to see anybody hurt themselves just because they choose or maybe, you know, it could be the lifestyle chose them. You know, that they choose to live their life that way. And they just want to be free and express themselves the way they want to express themselves. I don't want to see anybody hurt themselves or kill themselves just because, hey, this is who I am. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. So I'm glad you brought that up, because this is Mental Health Awareness Month. And so it goes together with that. And I want to hear, if you would, can you elaborate a little bit more on your thoughts about what you would like to see so far as a place, a safe haven for people that are a part of the community to say, hey, you know, I don't want to see you get hurt. I don't want to see you kill yourself or suffer, you know, with depression because I choose this. And you can come from a perspective with, if you could speak to somebody real quick before we go into it, on just feeling like you're enough.
My perspective on that is that regardless of how you identify,
and I know I went all over the place.
Regardless of how you identify, you're enough. You know, just because you wake up in the morning, you are enough. Don't let anybody outside of yourself and who you know yourself to be make you feel like you can't achieve anything in life. Anything. Because I was that person. You know, I have been entertaining and doing things for so long. But the moment that self clicked it was like, okay, now how do I identify with this? How do I take this on? This is too much. I don't have the support system. And a lot of times we feel like we need other people.
Yeah.
But you alone are enough. Yeah. You don't need anybody else to pour into you. Mm-hmm. Sometimes loving yourself has to be the thing that pushes you. Yeah. But the other thing that I would love is for other people within the community to really live their life authentically. Live your life authentically. Give somebody a representation to go off of. Yeah. I didn't have that as a kid. Yeah. And so I said, now in my 30s, I am going to be that representation for some other little boy or some other little girl to know that it is okay to go through the trials that you're going to go through in life. Sure. Because those trials are temporary.
That's right.
It's very temporary. Yeah. Everything that we see and we do every day, it's temporary, but your life and what you do, that's forever. Yeah. That's forever. Yes. So it's important for us to all live authentically. Yeah. And just be you. Feel free to do what it is that you want to do, whether it's fashion, music, whatever. Yeah. Do it.
I love it. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. And so as we keep going, as we continue in this conversation, what would you say some of the biggest challenges have been as an entertainer, as a entrepreneur? And you could be as specific as you would like to be on some of those challenges that you've had to face as being an entertainer and entrepreneur.
The first challenge was me. I'll say that. The first challenge was me. And every day I literally have to break those ideologies that I had of myself and what I wanted or what I thought people wanted from me. So that's the first thing, because a lot of times we're in our head. Yeah. We're always in our head as creators. We're always in our head. So true. You have to get with self and realize, okay, let's focus on what we really going to focus on here. Yeah. Let's make a solid plan. Yeah. And let's work it out. Yeah. And once you make that one step and you have a success, the thing that, what was the movie with Venus and Serena's dad? Oh, yeah. He would, this really spoke to me. Yeah. It really spoke to me. Like, they would win a trophy and this man would take their trophy. Yeah. He said, you see this trophy, you wanted. Yeah. Okay. Now you don't see it no more because guess what? You got to work harder to get another one. Absolutely. Once you have one win, you got to fight harder each and every day to get that next win. Yeah. Yeah. And so for me, that's always been the downfall, because I would have a win and I'd have a good success and then nothing would happen. And I'm like, yo, what happened? Like, this was supposed to keep going. No, you stopped the work because you had that one trophy moment. Absolutely. You got to press that gas harder each and every time. Go faster, go harder, because that's the only way you're going to make it to where you're going. I love it. I love it. You know what? You answered quite a few questions. I'm like, man, he done already touched on what I was going to ask him. But I love what you said, your personal identity and perspective with what audiences expect from you or for you. Can you go a little deeper? Yeah. I mean, because looking at me, I'm a bigger guy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know, so people are going to expect me, okay, you dress masculine, you know, you're going to sing a little R&B. But that's not who I am all the time. You know, I might want to throw on a jumpsuit and I might want to sing pop and I might, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have learned to love who I am. Absolutely. And in loving who I am, I want to express that. Anytime I step on a stage, anytime I go to an event, I want to express that. And I don't want it to be a cookie cutter stamp of approval from anybody, because that's not me. Yeah. You know, absolutely. So it's all about living organically and just enjoying the ride. Yeah, enjoying the ride. I absolutely love it. Thank you for sharing that. And I know you entertain. I've seen you sing and all that good stuff. Can you talk a little bit more about your singing and how you found yourself or found your way back to what you love to do? I know you love to sing. You and my wife share that thing together. You guys have been on stage together. So if you would, can you talk about the first show that you ever did? Oh, I mean, you know, it's always kind of typical. The first show is always like in the church choir. Okay, then. Well, let's talk about currently. Your first show currently that you did. Okay, so I will talk about my first show that I did as like the true essence of DeAngelo. And
yes.
I ain't gonna lie, I was so scared. I was so scared, but my friend invited me to her leather and lace birthday party. And she was like, I want all of my friends who perform to sing. And I said, girl, I ain't sung like on a stage in front of nobody in a long time. And I'm like, I'm not the same person that I was back when you knew Solo, because that was my stage name years ago.
Okay.
So when you knew Solo, I'm not that same person. And she was like, well, just come with what you got.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I got to bring it. So I remember I was getting my outfit together, and for a long time, I disliked my body.
Okay.
But I'm a man who has a lot of body. I got curves. I got legs and hips and body. So I'm like,
I got you.
I'm embracing that, And so I had got this like cat suit. It was like mesh,
I got
had
you.
the little corset, And I'm a huge fan of like new progressive music, especially artists who are like, they're trending, but they're saying something, right? So Chloe Bailey, Have Mercy.
Oh, yeah.
Have Mercy was out at the time,
and
it was popping. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to perform Have Mercy.
Okay.
And that's what I did. We had a ball. Like, I mean, I was not expecting the people to participate with me the way they did.
But they did.
It was some people that may have felt uncomfortable, but guess what? Did I care? No, I didn't. Because I was going and I was being me. And I was like, those that feel my energy are going to love my energy and they're going to go with it.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. It was fun. I was like, this is my lane.
I love
this is what I always want to do when I hit the stage. I want to be this.
I love it, man, which is a great segue to talk. I heard you allude to it a little bit about your fashion sense. So we're going to go ahead and go directly into fashion and what fashion absolutely means to you. And then talk about some of the things that you love to create when you're doing fashion, if you would.
So fashion has, for the past, 8 years, been an outlet. Okay. An outlet that I didn't know that I was going to need.
And I still got to get a shirt made because there's a shirt that I want to get made.
I got you.
Okay, all right.
We're going to talk about that too.
Yes, sir.
Fashion has, like, when fashion found me, because I didn't find fashion found me. It's a talent that I didn't know I had, honestly. My mom always worked in Fieldcrest Cannon, so as a kid, I knew what a sewing machine was. I would always go into factories and stuff like that. Yeah. But I never touched a sewing machine,
Gotcha.
And so back when like life had hit me hard, fashion found me. And I began to put all of my energy into that and just building and building and building. Yeah. And, back then I was just like, I want to make beautiful gowns. And,
and I've seen your gowns.
I just wanted to make beautiful gowns.
I've seen your gowns.
That's what I wanted to do. And I remember as a kid, like sketching out like princess dresses and stuff like that. Yeah. But like beautiful gowns was just all I wanted to do. Yeah. But now that I'm learning like who I am, I want to like shake it up a little bit, you know? Yeah. Fashion to me, like when men put on suits, it's cool. Some men like to put on suits. I'm not a suit guy. Understand. I don't feel like they always fit me the way I want them to fit me. Yeah. And it takes, like, I could go buy a suit and it's $200, but I'm going to have to spend $300 to get it tailored. I'm just like, that's not me. Yeah. So I like to play with the feminine and masculine entities of fashion and create something for me.
And to your point, I don't mean to cut you off. To your point, there's a photo that we have with us that you had on like the blue blazer with the I don't know what you call it, but I guess it's rhinestone. You got to help me. It ain't rhinestone, but it's glittery.
It's glittery.
And it's
which
gold.
One is
you had
it?
on the gold pants.
I had on the gold pants.
And you was standing
and had on the black. I had on the black. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that was black.
All right,
and
so I'm gonna tell you.
You had the graffiti wall. Yeah. I love the aesthetics.
That was in Brooklyn.
Oh,
yeah. So I had went to a fashion event, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember that jacket that I had on was the jacket that I wore when I was like in a size 58 suit.
I got you. Okay. And so that was doing Fashion Week in New York.
It wasn't a fashion week. It was just a fashion event that one of the plus size curators was having at the time.
Understood.
And so I really didn't have anything to wear. I knew I wanted to wear those gold pants. Sure. And I was like, I don't have time to go shopping. Yeah. And anytime I say I don't have, it's like Spirit is always like, use your resources, you know?
Yeah, absolutely,
and so
absolutely.
I took the jacket out of the thing and I was like, okay, what am I going to do with this? I was like, it's too big. Ooh, I could just wrap it.
Yeah.
Then I can dart it in the back. Okay, boom. This brings out everything I need to bring out.
Yeah.
Nervous. I was so scared to wear the outfit, but it turned out good. It was
because I'm going to tell you something else. I was just telling Jamal as we were talking about you before you came, and I was saying he's such a creative because, first of all, the wall, it was in such a, what you would say, a rough-looking place, the graffiti on the wall. And then you have you standing in the middle of the gravel rocks with the brick wall. It was saying a lot in that photo, and I know it was intentional because you are creative. Yeah. So that was pretty awesome, pretty dope to see that, man. So as we continue to talk about entertainment and fashion, you know, we were able to, we have this picture of you with Uncle Clifford.
Yeah.
Tell me what that moment was like for you. And for those of you who don't know Uncle Clifford is, tell them who Uncle Clifford is.
Uncle Clifford is down in the dirty, down in the valley where the girls get naked.
Yeah,
that's what
P
Clifford
Valley.
is, P Valley. But Nico Nan. So I got invited to an event for my candle company as a sponsor. It's called the I Am Awards.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Aubrey, the Plus Architect, for getting me that gig.
I remember that moment. Is that the moment we were talking about?
Yeah, that's the moment we were talking about.
Congratulations on that too, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
He called me and he was like, yeah, we're looking for a black gay-owned candle store to sponsor this event.
Yeah.
And so he was like, it's a huge event. This is their second year doing it. It sold out last year and it's going to sell out this year.
Yeah.
And it's star study, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
For me, I've always wanted to be in rooms of people that look like me, who identify like me.
Understood.
And, you know, it's just never been a thing. So to get that invitation, I was just like, oh yeah,
absolutely.
And you know, when you go to things like this, you don't always go in assuming that you're going to be able to touch the people who are, you know, up there in the rankings in the industry.
What you mean.
You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So to be in the room with him and you know, different writers,
that meant a lot.
Producers, it meant a lot.
Yeah,
it meant a whole lot to me. I was soaking it in.
Yeah,
but I remember standing there, and it was at the end of the event. And he was taking pictures with people, and I was like, "I'm gonna get my picture."
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I walked up and I was like, "Hey, can I get a picture?" And he was like, "Come on in, let's get this picture." So we took the picture. And,
you can tell he's very down to earth.
Very
a lot of the interviews I've seen him do. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Very down to earth. But you know, we took the picture. We had a little conversation.
Sure.
And then it just ended from there. And then everybody kind of went to the after party, and we had a good time.
You had a good time.
But yeah, it was
cool.
That event. Is very important.
Yeah.
It's very important for our community because a lot of the times we have so many individuals that don't get recognized for the work that they do. We're behind a lot of movie production.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, hair and makeup.
Absolutely.
Styling.
And you don't hear about it.
And you never hear about it.
No, you don't.
Unless you're one of those people like Tyrone, you know, who was Beyonce's stylist, you know, different people like that actually get that recognition. So it's beautiful what the I Am Awards is doing and recognizing, you know, people of color.
Yeah, absolutely.
And giving them their flowers while they're living. It's like, you know, it was a it was a room full of excellence.
Well, I just believe, and I'm going to put this out in the atmosphere, I think you'll be that answer. You'll be the one for the call to make that happen.
I received that.
Yeah, I really believe that for your life. Just as we're sitting here talking about that, I really believe that for you.
Received that.
And I believe it takes you know, everybody has a destiny. Everybody has a place where God wants them to be, whether we agree with it or not, or disagree with it or not. We all have gifts and talents, as the Bible would say, that's going to bring us before kings and queens. And so I just believe that you'll be the answer. You'll be the one that'll build that platform to make that happen for others, to have a safe place where they can come and say, hey, we're here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that to you real quick, man. I really meant that.
Lifting my hands, bro.
Well, hey, man, I ain't no preacher, though. I ain't got nothing going on in here, you know.
But when you feel it, huh?
Absolutely, man. You know, this is just real stuff. We have to speak into people's lives, irregardless of what we think traditional beliefs are we have to just speak into people's lives and believe that, hey, you're great, you're going to make it, you're going to do something, and guess what? There's an answer for that particular place for you, and you're the person to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just believe that. I felt that, so that's why I said it.
Wow.
I just believe that whenever God tells us to say something or say something that's going to encourage someone or say something that's going to impact our lives, we're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to hold on to that because it's not for us, it's for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just believe that God has some great things for you to do, man, in the arena, in the area that you work in. And I'm going to say it to you, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I appreciate what you bring to the culture and what you're going to bring to the culture and what's going to be the future of what we see happening in our society.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. And I'm proud of you, man. So let's go ahead and let's talk about some of these scents you got. Okay. Now, what I have right here, I have this wonderful nightcap.
Yes.
It's a wonderful scent.
Yes.
And you can get it from Decent Candles.
You sure can.
Let's talk about your scents, man. And this is one particular one that I purchased that I absolutely love. It's Nightcap. But let's talk about your scents and how these scents identify with you and what they're all about, but how others that may not be a part of the community, you can get the sense as well because you're very diverse in what you have. And there's an explanation for everything. So if you would, let's talk about your candles.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
So, I lived in New York for a spell, like 3 years.
Got you. Yeah.
So pandemic hit and it was like, okay, we're going to move back. Things a little different.
Right on.
So when I came back, I was a new person. I had gained an identity. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was like a caterpillar that went into the and became a butterfly. You have a whole new identity. Yeah. And so I'm a huge listener to what the Spirit has for me.
Absolutely.
I was driving, heard candle business. Okay, cool. And literally started jotting down every single thing. It came down like a download, like literally tagline, names, everything.
Yeah.
But the meaning behind the candle brand is to live out loud. Because for so long, I lived behind everybody. Everything that everybody else wanted was in the forefront of me. But now it's like we're living out loud. And so with Decent Candles, everything is a representation of me. It's the LGBTQ community, the names, they're to bring out conversations.
Sure.
I've had recent things where people told me that it started arguments in their home, but that's what it's about.
Oh, Lord.
It's about that. You know what I'm saying? It's about not the whole argument, but it's about bringing the conversation to help everybody understand what the overall community is about.
Yeah, but you know what? I like having these conversations with people because with folks, I don't care what it is, but I like having these conversations because it shows that we can have these conversations. We can have conversations.
We can have them.
So let's talk about the type of titles that you have for the candles, if you would.
So prime example, the new candle that I just released is called Boochie Cat.
Lord, you brought it down here to me.
But don't it smell good, though?
I ain't gonna lie. It smelled good. And I said, I ain't gonna lie. I looked at you. I said, what the world is Boochie Cat? That's why I said, what is Boochie Cat?
Can I say the other word that it... So it's like the women got the Coochie Cat.
Oh, Lord.
And so you got the male Boochie Cat.
Oh,
the whole is the whole, right?
Oh, Lord. You went there.
So there.
Jesus,
I mean,
help us, Lord.
I kept it. I censored it.
You did.
I censored it, but I took it there.
Right. You
but
did.
See, that's the conversation that the family members were having. And it was like,
Lord.
Why are we talking about this? Okay, well, if you can sit over here and say Oochie Cat, why can't we say Boochie Cat? Why is it such a stigma behind that?
It was so crazy. It's a great scent on the candle. I must say, I said the candle smelled good. Lord have mercy. It did. The candle smelled great.
It's warm and inviting.
I understand.
That,
Okay, metaphorically, I got you. Okay, metaphorically. All right, we're going to leave that alone. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one.
To the next one. So we have Zaddy. you know.
Okay, yeah.
Which is, you know, it's the older gentleman in the community. They be like, hey, Sadie, how you doing? You know, you trying to get a little piece of coin, you know. You go over to your daddy, you know.
Understood.
We have Hot Boy,
okay.
You know, which is...
You know, that Hot Boy smell good, though.
That Hot Boy hit.
It smells,
you know,
smell
just
great,
like most
though.
Hot Boys, you know.
I understand.
They're going to walk around. They know what they, you know, they know who they are.
Okay.
And then we have Relax B. I
Yeah.
don't know that, we don't know that we have a sensor on there, but it's Relax,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
So
Okay.
those are the scents that we currently have.
Okay. I got you.
And like I said, it's just speaking out loud,
I
making
understand.
sure that we are heard.
Yeah. I understand.
You know.
I understand. Well, look, man, I really do appreciate you talking about the candles. Can you, your process in making candles, you don't have to tell, well, let's say that. We're not going to tell your process on making candles, because if that's the case, it wouldn't be D's candles.
Exactly.
So let's just say this. Is it hard work, DeAngelo? Can it be hard work, or is it manageable?
It's manageable, but I feel
right.
like if it's something that you love, it's going to always be easy work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think that goes along the lines of the perspective.
Absolutely.
If you're doing something to make money, you know what I'm saying? Which we all want to make money.
Absolutely.
But if you're doing it just that as your goal, it may be a little hard to manage, because you're like, oh my God, I'm not doing, you know, what are you going to do when times get hard and you're not making the sales? It's all a thing of, okay, you know what, this week we ain't hit sales the way we're supposed to, but we still about to make these candles. I'm still going to go into production like I'm supposed to. I'm still going. So I think that's the thing. In the beginning, I did find it a little hard because of the simple fact I had to learn.
Excuse me.
But I'm a numbers guy. Things a lot of times just make sense to me. Once you tell me one time, I'm like, okay, cool. I know the basis. Now I can run with it.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. But you have a great line of candles. They absolutely smell great. And I love what you've done with your new space. You have you've changed the colors and everything in a color scheme, and it's wonderful, man.
Thank you.
You've done. And you know, you have been so very authentic in your approach too. When you do things, when I came up to, I hope we're able to get some shots. I hope you're able to get some shots to us so we can share with the folks, so they can kind of see what I mean. Is you have photos of different men, African-American men within the LGBT community, and just looking at the contrast in the male, and then, you know, may have on lipstick, may have on eyeliner, and your candles. It's absolutely amazing how you've creatively put all of that together.
Thank you.
And so what we'll do is hopefully you can get some of those shots over there, because, again, this is just about celebrating what you're doing. Man, you know, we're proud of you, whether we agree with it or disagree with it.
Right.
DeAngelo, that doesn't matter to me. You know, the biggest thing for me is to celebrate when people are winning, and you're winning. Thank you. You know, we're proud of you here, man. And we want to continue to do even greater and greater things. So now, as we continue to switch gears, we get ready to kind of close in, I want to talk about the person that supports you, your lover, your friend, your best friend, the one that you talk to at home when the lights go out, and DeAngelo is back home and he's relaxing. The one who loves you. Let's talk about your lover, your friend, your husband.
My man, my man, my man.
All right. So let's get into that and talk about the relationship and the friendship and how you guys are continuing to work together as a team, if you would.
Of course.
And not too personal.
Yeah. That man, it's a lot that I could say about him, but the one thing that I can truly say is, I'll say it. He really has like saved my life in a sense. And I think we both kind of found each other when we didn't know that we needed each other.
Sure.
But the way that we've built our relationship is just very different than how I would have ever imagined being in a relationship, because I never said I would ever be in a relationship with a man. I put it in my head. I'm never going to be in a relationship with a man.
Okay.
But when I found him and he found me, and the feeling of love and not just lust, it was love.
Okay.
Because we were friends first.
Yeah.
And it's just irreplaceable. It's irreplaceable. I've been in relationships. I've been married before, but the only way I can equate it to people that would understand it is like holding your child for the first time. That's when you know what true love is. This is mine, and I am it. You know, I'm there. And when I first met him in person, that was the feeling.
Yeah.
And he's helped me so much.
Absolutely.
And we've helped each other. But amazing guy.
Yeah.
Amazing guy.
That support system is always
it
good.
It is amazing.
You need good support. You know, somebody to push you
to
that loves you, man.
Yeah.
To push you to that next destiny and to see you go through it.
Yeah.
And won't allow you to quit.
No, will not.
Yeah.
Will cuss me out if I even attempt to quit.
Yeah, and he
sees the greatness.
Yeah, he's a constant professional in his own right.
Yes, he is.
And he's good at what he does too as well. So
yes, he is.
This is just awesome, DeAngelo. And man, again, man, you know, we're proud of you. And the purpose of the show, you know, is to help people become better. And that's the premise of the show. And so with me saying that, if you could, in closing, you said a little in the beginning of the show to encourage someone, but if you would, could you speak to that person that may be struggling with their identity and not sure on what they want to do with their life? If you could you just say something inspirational, motivational to help them become better?
For those that are struggling with your identity, know that it's not you, it's them. That's the first key. But continue to push.
Yeah.
I said it in the beginning, self-love is hard to do, but that's where it starts first. Find you a community of people who understand you. Seek them and allow them to love on you the way that you need to be loved on. And also understand that because you identify as a certain way, that your body is not the thing that helps you identify. That is not the thing that helps you identify. It's you as a being that helps you identify. Learn to do the things that you love to do. Let those things drive you and push you. And the key thing in life, and this is for anybody, find your purpose. And once you find your purpose, baby, there's no stopping you.
Yes, I love it.
There's no stopping you. Find your purpose and put all of your energy, all of your hurt, all of your pain, all of your sorrows, everything poured into your purpose, and watch everything blossom and come to fruition the way it needs to for your life, for your journey.
I absolutely love it. Thank you so much, DeAngelo. Thank you for being a part of the Ross Cloud podcast. We appreciate you, and we thank you for living your authentic self.
Thank you for having me.
You're very, very welcome. Listen, we know that this is Mental Health Awareness Month, so we dare not get off of here without saying, listen, help is available for you. Speak with someone today, and that number is 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, and it's 24 hours, and those languages are English and Spanish. There is help for you. You are valuable. You are important. Listen, this is the Ross Cloud podcast. I'm Carl Ross Sr. Make it a great day and keep being great. Peace.